Well, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. I was given 3 heads of cabbage and don't want it to go to waste. So what I'm going to do is show you how to start a batch of sauerkraut. First thing we're going to do is get all these outer leaves off, get these heads cleaned up, and then we'll cut the core out of them. And then we got to weigh it so we know how much salt to add. So let me get this cleaned up, and I'll bring you back and we'll weigh it. That'll determine the salt content, and then I'll show you how to shred it and everything. Okay, we weighed her out. We got just a little over 14 pounds of cabbage we're going to shred. Got it here in the sink. We'll get the slaw board here in a minute, and we'll get to going. This is the old slaw board I use, 2-blade. I got several of these. This is probably from the late 1800s, but there's a box that fits on here, but I don't use it. I'm just real careful when I do this. But basically, you just take your cabbage across there and it'll shred it all up. It's a rainy, dark day here, but yeah, anywho, it makes it dark in the kitchen. I need some better lighting in here, but basically you'll get the gist of this. Just take that across there. It shreds it all up nice. We like it, do a little heavier cut on ours. But you can do it as fine as or as thick as you want. All right, I'll get the rest of this shredded. Now, if you don't have a slaw board, you can just as easily shred it with a knife. Just, you know, chop it, and then you'll have it. There's our cabbage all shredded up. And to that, we will be adding pickling salt. Don't use regular salt, get this. And it's 3.5 tablespoons to every 5 pounds of cabbage. So we got around 14 pounds. So I'm gonna cut that back a little bit. I'm gonna put about 9 tablespoons of pickling salt, canning salt over this. Then I'll mix it all up, and we're gonna leave it set here in the sink for a while. It'll start to wilt a little bit. Then we'll get it in our container. Okay, I'll put her down in a, well, this is a 6-gallon food safe bucket. I get them from my neighbor. He works at a food factory. But I pushed her down in there good and firm. I'll leave her set a little bit yet, and then I'll pack it down again. And then we'll set a plate and a jar of water in there as the weight to keep the cabbage below the brine. I might have to add a little water to get a brine up on this. Then we'll snap the lid on. Now it's kind of hard to see. We'll put a plain white plate in there, and got the water up above the plate a little bit. And that's a blue canning jar full of water to hold the plate down below the water surface. Now I'll snap the lid on this, and I'll check it a couple times a week till it's done. And what I'll do is set this down in the basement now and just leave it go for a couple months. You could just open this up and eat right out of it, which is actually better for you. Or you can can it into canning jars for long-term storage. All right, hey, I thank you for watching. Hope it didn't bore you too bad. We'll see you in the next one. Don't let anybody steal your joy. We're out of here.